tuned. So yeah, so Juliana is she's a real person. She's a real deal. She teaches me a form of mindfulness called unified mindfulness. And the beauty of it is it's something that can be practiced. It can be a living practice. So I can be practicing it right now while you and I are speaking. And it's really all about developing 3 different attention skills. And the 3 attention skills are, number 1, sensory clarity. So sensory clarity would be like, if you think back to the day before we had HD TV, remember we used to have antennas, rabbit ears on our TVs, and you had to actually deal with the clarity. Well, now they just keep improving the clarity, but sensory clarity is the ability I've learned to detect and distinguish my internal experience of the external world. So an example of that would be...
Hold on, slow down here, handsome. What? Say what you just said again.
Yeah. So there's these 3 attention skills that my coach taught me about. And sensory clarity, let me give you an example. Sensory clarity is one of the 3 skills? Sensory clarity is one of them, yep. Equanimity is the other. Equanimity. So you like to surf, right? You like to surf. So what I was taught is that our internal experience, I'm not using the word emotion because for some of us it's an emotion, which we would feel in the body. For some of us it's voices in our heads. For some of us it's images of things that we see that either serve us or distract us. But the point is our sensory experience at any given moment, anyone listening to this or watching this, is either seeing, hearing, or feeling something, right? That's kind of an undeniable reality, I think. And so what I've learned is that at any given moment, I can get connected to what am I seeing, hearing, or feeling? And the thing for me personally, I'm not worried about what I'm seeing in the external world. I'm not worried about the noise I'm hearing over there. I'm worried about the visions in my head or the voices in my head or the feelings, the emotions, and those not empowering me. So what Juliana has taught me how to do is around those 3 ways that we sense the world to develop 3 specific attention skills. So sensory clarity is just the ability to realize, hey, the reason I'm stressed out right now, or it's the ability to notice that I feel some sort of emotion, and then I can now actually label, oh, you know what, that's like an anxiety or an overwhelm or anger. And now I can actually work with that emotion instead of avoiding it. I can do something productive with it. And one of the things she taught me is that the second attention skill is equanimity. She taught me that our internal experience of the world, whether it's an emotion or distractions in our heads, are kind of like waves, Christopher. Like a wave comes and goes. It doesn't just show up and then disappear. And so one of the things I've learned is that the sooner I can detect something going on inside of me, the sooner it might go away. Instead of it, I don't notice it until it's too late. And then my fear, my anxiety, or my anger has a grip on me and just takes over. So the second attention skill, equanimity, is the ability to experience our internal world, but to avoid the push and the pull that it might have on us. So I can allow an emotion to come in, or I can allow some little voices to start saying, hey, you better prepare for that meeting tomorrow, otherwise you're going to screw it all up. And I can actually just watch that voice, and then by watching it, it'll just go away. And then the third attention skill is concentration power, which is the most obvious one for most people. That's the ability to stay focused on whatever I deem to be the most important thing to stay focused on. And so by having a mindfulness practice, I am constantly building those 3 attention skills. And I could attribute a lot of great things in my life to seeing from an internal place all the way out to what's happening in my business, that helping me. And I think that a lot of that's helped my ADHD, I guess.